If we admitted students to university solely on academic merit, right, certain protected groups that currently occupy 10 to 20% of university admissions would instead occupy about 1%. And so now the Alliance, essentially for fair treatment for Asians, that brought the lawsuit made it all the way to the US Supreme Court and got that stunning US Supreme Court ruling against race-based affirmative action for university admissions. They are now sending legal notices to Yale, Princeton, and Duke, who stand out for the way that they are obviously ignoring the latest Supreme Court ruling on race-based affirmative action, putting these elite universities on notice that they need to preserve all evidence on a topic that they want to keep very much under wraps, and that is the decisions they use, the criteria they use on whether or not to admit someone. And this is not how it's done all around the world. So usually admissions are done purely on the basis of testing. Just testing excellence decides who gets into universities in England and Australia. And so the elite universities, much of the world, not representative of the population as a whole, because different groups have different gifts. And some groups are much more academically disciplined and gifted. Some groups are more cognitively gifted than other groups, while other groups can run fast, or they can improvise very quickly, have certain athletic skills, acting skills. But overall, they're not cognitively gifted. So if they're admitted to universities purely on the basis of merit, there'd be far fewer. So many conservatives thought this US Supreme Court ruling against race-based affirmative action would just have no effect, because the universities would be so smart they'd figure out ways around it. For further litigation, which will be incredibly expensive and embarrassing.